told you that the robot revolution you've been hearing about, the AI takeover, is not about just robots coming for your job? What if I told you it's about you and me, our entire generation, not getting paid from it? Now, this isn't just theory. This is not the future. This is right now, November 2025. We are living through the single largest, fastest shift of wealth and power in human history. And the painful truth is, just like the first industrial revolution, just like the dot-com bubble, most of us are being perfectly positioned to be consumers and not owners. They want you to use AI. They don't want you to own AI. Well, not on my watch. For the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the simple, no hype blueprint, and I'm going to explain what this revolution is, why it feels like a bubble, and exactly how to invest in it. Whether you're in Lagos, you're in London, or in Houston or LA, this is our generation's land. This is our oil. This is the yummy gist you need to hear about. So let's get into it. Welcome to WealthMotley. So you heard the term, the fifth industrial revolution. It sounds academic, boring. Let me break it down in a way that matters. So the first industrial revolution, that was muscle and steam. You took a man's strength, you added steam engine, and then you got a factory. Now the third, that was brain and computer. You took a filing cabinet, you added a PC to it, you got a spreadsheet. The fourth, that was people plus internet. You took a community, you added network, and then you got Facebook. But this fifth one, this one is different. This is human intelligence plus artificial intelligence. It's not just AI replacing human, it's AI amplifying the human. Think of it this way. My cousin in Abuja is a graphic designer. 5 years ago, to make a company logo, it would take him 3 days. He had to sketch, digitize, and find the right fonts, label. Today, he sits down, types a prompt into an AI, create a logo for a Nigerian fintech company, minimalist, using green and gold, inspired by an eagle, and bam! In 30 seconds, he has 20 options. He didn't get replaced. He became a director. He became an editor. He's leveraged the amount of value he can create in 1 hour. Just went up by over 1000x. That is the fifth industrial revolution. It's the AI-powered doctor who can scan 10,000 x-rays in the time that it takes a human to scan one. It's the lawyer who can review 50 years of case law in 10 minutes. This is the productivity boom unlike anything the world had ever seen. And productivity explodes, and when productivity explodes, so does wealth. The only question is, who gets that wealth? Is it just the companies that make the AI, or is it the people like you and me who are smart enough to own a piece of them? So you know my answer. So, real talk. I know exactly what you're thinking because you are smart. You are thinking, Charles, this sounds exactly like 1999. This sounds like the dot-com bubble that we all heard about. I see the stock charts. Nvidia has gone up to the moon. It has gone parabolic. The whole market is being held up by 7 companies: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Nvidia. If one of them sneezes, the whole thing crashes. And you know what? You're 100% right to be very cautious. The market is dangerously narrow, and as of right now, the 10 biggest companies in the S&P 500 make up over 35% of the entire index. That is a fact, and so it does feel like a bubble. But let me ask you 2 questions. First, what if you were right about the dot-com bubble? What if you sold everything in 1999? You would have looked like a genius for 2 years, right? But did Amazon disappear? Did Apple? No. The revolution continued. You would have missed the next 25 years of life-changing wealth. Second, for my people in the diaspora, especially people back home, what is the greater risk? Is it the risk that your $1,000 invested in AI revolution might temporarily crash by 40%? Or is it the guaranteed risk that 5 million naira sitting in your bank would lose 18% of its value to inflation and FX devaluation this year? You see, the bubble is a possibility. The FX risk, that is a certainty. Our job is not to time the bubble. Our job is to build a position for the revolution. We don't gamble, we invest, and we do it smartly. So, how do you do it? We don't gamble on one stock. We buy the whole ecosystem. That is why I talk and buy ETFs. This is the most important part. I'm going to show you exactly what to look at. We're going to build a simple, powerful portfolio. When you think of this revolution, there are 3 layers that you can own. During the gold rush, the people who got the richest were not the miners. It was the guys selling the picks, the shovels, and the jeans. In the AI gold rush, the shovels are the semiconductors, the chips. You cannot run AI without those insane powerful chips. And the companies that make them, Nvidia, AMD, Intel, they are printing money. The easiest way to buy all of this is in an ETF like the VUAG Semiconductor ETF, ticker symbol SMH. So what is this? It is a hyper-focused bazooka. It holds 26 biggest chip companies. Right now, Nvidia alone makes up about 20% of this fund. The performance has been insane. We are talking about returns that make your head spin, but the volatility is just as wild. This thing can drop 10% in 1 week. So who is it for? This is for the aggressive investor. This is for the person who truly believes the demand of AI power is just getting started. Now, for people like myself in UK or Europe, we can't buy SMH directly. We can look for the other UCITS version with the ticker symbol SEMG. It does the exact same job. Okay, so layer 1 makes the shovels. Layer 2 is the generals who buy the shovels to build their empires. These are the companies we all know. Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon. They are the ones spending billions of dollars on those Nvidia chips to put AI into everything. Your phone, your search engine, your cloud. The best way to own all of them in one click is the Invesco QQQ Trust, ticker symbol QQQ. So what is this? This is the NASDAQ 100. It's the 100 biggest non-financial companies on the NASDAQ. But the real talk, it's the big tech fund. Microsoft, Apple, and all of them make up almost 50% of the entire fund. This has been the single best performing large cap index for over a decade. Now, who is this for, honestly? This is for almost everyone. For most people, it's the simplest, cleanest way for you to get exposure to this revolution. It is the core of modern growth portfolio. But what does it mean? It is all US companies. For those of us in the UK and Europe, again, we have the UCITS version. This one is very easy. You just look for EQQQ. It's the exact same thing made just for you in Europe, so we can buy that. Now, this next layer is the final one. This is speculative stuff. This is what next. We're talking about pure play robotics, genomics, AI as a service, some companies you likely have never heard of. The ETF here are things like the BOTZ ETF, BOTZ, or the ARKK ETF. Now, that ETF was born today. Now, what is it? This is a basket of jam tomorrow companies. They're companies that are not yet profitable, but if they do win and they get it right, they could be the next Nvidia. This is a roller coaster. ARKK alone was the king in the world in 2020 and then lost 70% of its value. BOTZ is more stable, but it's still wildly volatile. So who is this for? This is like your assume money. This is your play money. This is money you can 100% afford to lose. This is not your school fees. This is not where you should put your rent. If you buy this, you must be willing to see it go to zero. So what does this one miss? It misses on current profitability. It's a bet essentially on the future. And for those of us in the UK, there's some UCITS version as well. You have sums like Robo, or you have RBOT, or you have ROBG. So I'm sure you're saying, Charles, you've given me like 10 different ETFs now. My head is spinning. Just tell me, which one should I do? Which one should I buy? This part is going to sting. For most of you watching, you actually shouldn't be buying any of this. Yeah, not yet. You are trying to build the roof of your house when you haven't even laid the foundation of the house. This revolution is a 10, 20, 30, 40-year story. You have time, but you must do this in the right order. So this is what I personally will be doing as WealthMotley. This is the plan that I can tell you to look for. No, step 1, do you have your foundation? Do you have emergency fund? I'm talking about 3 to 6 months of your expenses saved. Whether it's USD, GBP, Euro, whatever it is, you need your emergency fund. Do not pass go until you've done it. Number 2, the core. After your foundation is built, you need to start a real portfolio, and you don't just start with the sexy stuff. You start with the world. You buy a boring ETF like the VOO or the VUAG. This is your core. This is 50-60% of your entire portfolio. Now, step 3, the satellites, the JARA. Now and only now should you now go and buy some of these ETFs I've just told you about, and you tilt it towards this revolution. This is where you add the extra spice, the JARA on top of it. And for 90% of you, the simplest, smartest JARA is just 1 or 2 ETFs, the QQQ or the VGT ETF. That's it. You buy 50-40% in VOO, you buy 30 or so percent into the VGT or into the QQQ, and you are done. You have captured the entire global economy. Plus, you have an aggressive overweight position in some AI revolution. And how do you buy? You don't just dump all your money in at the top. You use superpower human sense. You use dollar cost average, DCA. You can set up an automatic transfer, 100K a month, $200, £10, £100, whatever it is, every single month. When the market is up, you buy. And when the market is down, you buy. You must pray for a crash. A crash is not a risk. It is a discount sale. It is the Black Friday sale on your future. You are buying your favorite assets on sale. Look, this is more than just numbers on a screen. This is about continuity. My grandfather's wealth, his legacy was in land in his village. My father's generation, their wealth was built in banking, in oil and gas, in building physical things. Our generation's wealth is being built here in this digital, intelligent global world. The fifth industrial revolution I told you all about is already happening. The bubble is a fear. The FX risks, that is a fact. But the guarantee, the 100% certainty is that if you remain only a consumer of this technology and not just an owner, you will be left behind. We'll be digitally colonized and we won't even see it coming. This isn't just about getting rich. This is about securing your seat at the table. Your first step is the smallest. Open a brokerage account today. Fund it with 100,000 naira or $100 or £100. Buy your first share of a core ETF. Start. I put the links to the platform that I trust in Nigeria or in UK or US, everything right down in the description button. So let's build owners, guys. Invest, my people. You get why. See you at the next video.